Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the GM. Hey, it is your guy, Boulanger. And up next, shrewd moves. Moves that the Baltimore Ravens need to make going into the 2023 training camp. Do me a quick favor, hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get updates when we upload new content. Let's go. Shrewd moves. What does that mean, Belanger? What are you talking about? Well, a shrewd move is a sharp judgment. And I think that there are some sharp judgments that the Baltimore Ravens need to make right now, or at least within the next week, in order to put the Baltimore Ravens as a team in the best position for 2023. Okay. I think that the Baltimore Ravens, now you guys are going to think I'm insane and you might cut the video off. But before you cut the video off and say, I don't know ball, I want you to hear me. I think the Baltimore Ravens need to designate right now JK, Patrick Ricard, Rashad Bateman, and Bowser unavailable to start the season. I know that that designation is the PUP list, okay? But I think that they need to go ahead and say, you know what, guys, call them into a room. We're gonna make you guys unavailable for the first 4 weeks of the regular season. Now, why? Why would I say that? You see, these guys are what you would call repeat offenders. No fault of their own. No fault of their own. But these guys are repeat offenders. These guys over the last 2 seasons have repeatedly been unavailable. Okay? JK has played less games than he's been on the field. Bateman has played less games than he's been on the field. Tyus Bowser has played less games than he has been on the field. And then Patrick Ricard had hip surgery. And for a guy his size playing a contact position, he probably needs that time to continue to recover. You see, the reason why I would make such a drastic step now is because Baltimore typically takes a wait and see approach, which drags out decisions. And those dragging out of decisions oftentimes has costed us during the season. You see, if the Baltimore Ravens are waiting on JK to get healthy to be ready to go, if they're waiting on Rashad Bateman to get healthy to be ready to go, if they're waiting on Bowser, whose knee flared up a month ago after mandatory OTAs, right? And then Ricard, that certainly will be a wait and see as well. If they're waiting on them, that means the offense is on hold. They're not fully going to be revved up because they're waiting on main guys to be healthy to practice. But the truth of the matter is, if they're not healthy, that means these guys are still rehabilitating, right? Rather than training. So they're not going to be 100% going into training camp whenever they get ready to get on the field. They're not going to be 100% when they go into the season. It's not going to happen. We've seen these movies before. When Rashad Bateman went down in 2021, he came into 2022 supposedly healthy and went down again. Okay, maybe a different injury. But we understand that when a guy's injured, sometimes he overcompensates and another part of the body takes a toll, especially if it's a lower body injury. We saw JK miss the entire 2021 season, come back in 2022 and not be ready, have to have a second procedure. Oh, and let me add Gus Edwards in there because Gus Edwards, who went down in 2021, was not healthy the entire 2022 season. And as of minicamp and OTAs, he wasn't healthy then. So what I'm saying is, why would we take the wait and see approach when this is a season of great expectation? You see, all we heard off season after Lamar Jackson signed his deal was, "Oh, this is the best weapon group that Lamar Jackson has had." Well, right here before training camp, 2 or 3 of those big time weapons aren't 100%, aren't ready to go. Yeah, I know. See, not being 100% is an in season scenario, after you've taken a couple of hits, after you've played 4 or 5 games. I see that's when that designation should be placed on a guy. Well, nobody's 100%, but in an off season, where you didn't have surgery and you're not healthy, Gus, JK, Noah Bateman had surgery this off season and they're not healthy now. And so I'm saying a shrewd move is to go ahead and sit these guys so that you basically give them 2.5 months not to get healthy enough to get on the field. That's not what we want. We don't want them healthy enough to get on the field. I want them 100%. So when they do get on the field, they're ready to go. You see, because right now, being healthy enough to get on the field means they'll start practicing and they'll miss a couple of days. They'll start practicing and then they'll miss a couple of days. And then it'll be a wait and see approach as the season comes. I don't want that as a Ravens fan. You see, here, why am I so adamant about this? Well, see, here's why. When the Baltimore Ravens signed Lamar Jackson to a 5-year, $260 million deal, that put a 3-year clock on the Baltimore Ravens, meaning they have to get a Super Bowl done in 3 years. Well, why 3 years? Because when you look at Lamar Jackson's contract, it explodes in year 4 and year 5 to over $70 million. Now, we understand that the Baltimore Ravens aren't going to pay that. They'll figure out what to do with that. But you don't get healthier as you age, right? That's not what happens because there's more wear and tear on your body. So we have a 3-year window to get it done. I'm not willing to use the first year as a wait and see. I'm not willing as a fan to go into the first year and say, well, JK ain't ready all the way. Gus, hopefully he'll be ready at some point during the season. Well, if he get healthy, man, the Baltimore Ravens offense will be explosive. No, 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 no. Sit these guys. Let them take the next 2.5 months to get ready. They can get into the playbook. They can be at practice. They can even do some walkthroughs. They can even go through some drills. But no, not play until they're 100%. And then and if in 2.5 months they're not 100%, they still don't go. Why would I take this approach? Well, because it keeps other players from being in a holding pattern. You see, if the team is waiting on JK, whoever's behind JK, which at this point will be Gus, and if Gus ain't ready, it'd be Justice Hill. These guys are in a wait and see type situation. Well, let me prepare if I have to be the guy. Well, you know what? Put him in position to be the guy. You see, that way when I'm practicing, I know that, you know what? I'm going into the season and I got to perform. It's a different mindset. Instead of Zay waiting on to see if he has to step up to that number 2 spot in replace of Rashad Bateman. No, just go ahead and put him in a number 2 spot. And if not Zay, then Aguilar. And if not Aguilar, whoever. But go ahead and allow these guys to develop a mindset that, you know what, I gotta perform now. See, because if they're always waiting on the guy in front of them to get ready, they may not be ready. You see, and so in addition, here's some other shrewd moves I would make. Okay. I know that the Baltimore Ravens brought in Melvin Gordon, which I think is a good pickup, but I will also call Dalvin Cook. I say, hey, Dalvin, I don't know what other guys have offered you. It's almost August, basically. And we would like to get you in here and make you a part of this Ravens offense. I know you guys may be saying, well, Dalvin Cook, man, he got some injury history too, but he's ready right now. He's ready right now. And if not Dalvin Cook, J.D. McKissick is still out there from the last list that I read of best available guys. But Brent, go ahead and add another guy because the 2 guys at the top, J.K. and Gus, we haven't seen them be all the way right in 2 years. And they're not right now. See, that's a shrewd move. And whoever makes it, and whoever don't make it, don't make it. We'll worry about JK and Gus when we get to that point in the season. But I'm talking about being stocked and ready to go now. Patrick Ricard, he probably gonna start the season on the PUP list, which he will be out for the first four games. You know what? Ben Mason, let's go. You're the guy. And Ben, by the way, you may stay the guy, depending on how you perform. Go ahead and put it in his mind that you know what? You got to be uh, uh, um, the load carrier at that fullback position, blocking, going out in some routes, line up at tight end if he has to, whatever it takes. But go ahead and give him that mindset. Go ahead and put him in position to be ready. Bowser, okay? Bowser is a guy who tore his Achilles basically 2 seasons ago now. Okay. And he wasn't fully ready last year. He came back, he had 2 sacks and some tackles. I think in total 13 tackles and sacks in total. He showed some burst, but here we are in off season of 2023 and he's not ready, right? So you know who I'm calling? Yo, Clowney, Jadeveon Clowney. What do you think about being a part of the Baltimore Ravens pass rush? Yeah, Belanger. Jadeveon Clowney got a long injury history, but he's ready right now. See, I'm not suggesting these guys come in and be an every down player. I'm talking about bringing these guys in who can make a little noise and allow them to be a part of the rotation. Guys who are ready right now. Justin Houston, and which is the rumor, of course. Come on, let's get you in the fold. Let's get you in the fold. So I know they got some young thoroughbreds in Ajabo and Odafe, but those are questions. Those are questions. The talent is no question, but what they do on the field is a question. So let's get 2 veterans in here and let's get ready to go. See, I'm talking about what's available now. Give Bowser that time to get healthy, all the way healthy. Um, Pepe Williams is another guy, been injured and mostly injured. I won't even say injured and not injured, but mostly injured. So I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna look around. Anthony Brown, guy from the Dallas Cowboys. You know what? Let's bring him in and see what he got. See what he got going on. See what he can offer. I know we got some other veterans, but I'm just trying to stock the pond so that we're not in season trying to figure this thing out. Those are the shrewd moves I will start making right now. Right now. Well, Belanger, okay, that kind of makes sense. But what you gonna do when these guys get ready? Well, first answer, we'll figure that out when they get ready. The second answer is there will certainly be injuries that happen in the course of those first 4 games. And then you can make the necessary adjustments at that time. See, I'm not worried about what happens in week 4 and 5 when these guys get ready. I'm worried about what we have ready to go in week 1. And there is no guarantee. I know EDC said Bateman should be ready. They expect him back or whatever. But you know what? That's been the conversation around Bate the last couple of years. I'm not knocking Bate, right? I'm not knocking him. I'm not knocking JK. I'm just talking about their availability and the move I would make. So listen, jump in here, man. Let me know if you guys think I'm crazy. Is these moves too sharp or are these moves appropriate? I just do not want to uh, go into a season and every time JK run the ball or take a hit, you're wondering if he gets up limping. Gus Edwards, is he going to be ready? Is he going to be healthy this season? You see, I'm not concerned. I'm in the filling business. That's what I do for my livelihood. But in sports, I'm not in the filling business. These guys are people. That's why I'm not criticizing them as people. I'm talking about their on field availability. Listen, I'm your guy Boulanger. Let me know what you want me to know. We're out.